When did you get serious about it?
So when I was in college, I decided, obviously, to study drama. So
Right.
I finished high school, which
Even
was
after
sixth
not
form.
doing plays and stuff in high school, you just...
Right.
What was it that made you want to do that?
I know. I did, well, one correction. I auditioned for Bugsy Malone and got a small part in the chorus. So,
Okay.
I mean, that's obviously major. but I went to college and I studied drama. Oh, I wasn't even going to go to school. And then I had a major ultimatum from my parents, like, figure out something and go do it, or
Oh, so you were drifting a little bit.
I was definitely not gonna.
Did you take
go to
time off
college.
after high school where you were?
I didn't take time off. I just took time on with like friends that weren't the best influence.
A little bit of
I mean,
the bad crowd for a minute?
I was just, I became, I guess, around, as maybe a lot of people do, but I definitely became a bit rebellious and just sort of like, I could coast through things. I could always pull it together at the last minute in terms of exams and studies. And so I think I took for granted sort of like applying myself and my work ethic, and having come from being such a studious kid and really, I mean, I loved like doing a great job and doing well in school, and I was in all these like extra programs and stuff. But if I remember there being a turning point, I don't remember. I think it was just the pure pressure of my parents saying, you have to go to college, so pick something. And I thought when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a journalist or a child psychologist. And then as a third option, because that's how it was in the UK, you had, I picked performing arts.
Oh, was your third option?
Was my third. But then when I was at college, I also auditioned for the plays that were going on, and I was getting the leads and everything. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And even within the rehearsal process, I would be committed and consistent and really enjoying it. But then when it came to the performance night, something that I didn't even know was going to happen would happen, and an excitement and an adrenaline in me would be so strong, and it lit this match, and I would just so revel, I would so enjoy doing it. And I was like, oh, and then at the end of school, having done this whole handful of plays, we actually went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with one of them that we had done. And
the Great Comedy Festival.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Tell me about that. So you took a play from your school and got accepted to the festival.
Fringe, yeah. So we did a play. We had a module called Exploding the Canon, so you had to take any canonical piece, a play or a piece of literature, and invert it.
Right,
and so we did that with Pygmalion, and we were on like the flyer of the Fringe Award because we didn't have that much money, but we would black and white photocopy our flyers and then tea stain them and burn the edges so they looked like they were war remnants, and just had so much fun. It was so creative. And when I was in college, I also did modeling for like catalogs and sportswear, and paid for all the beer. I'd love to say it paid for my education and paid for the beer.
Basically, you modeled before you acted.
Mm-hmm. But I never thought of myself, it's so funny how people are like, model turned actress. It's like, no, I was already studying acting in school.
Which one made you grow up quicker or understand the business more?
Modeling was hard. I never enjoyed it. It was just difficult for me. I didn't like it. I feel like I just didn't feel like you could really bring your personality to doing it.
Do you think that prepared you audition-wise to go and, like, do you think that gave you a little bit of an extra something when you had to go audition for roles?
Yeah, it must have done. Everything prepared, yeah. But I did have, I guess I realized with modeling as well as with acting, it's just like getting in the room and connecting with people and seeing if you vibe, and then obviously, are you prepared and do you do a good job at acting?
Right,
But I moved to LA. It was the most creative time I'd had since college, of just feeling like I was just with a bunch of like artists doing really interesting things. So that's when I lived downtown, and then after that, I think I booked, after a couple years downtown, I booked Walking Dead, and I ended up predominantly in Georgia for a while. So yeah, I loved it.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.